Today I'm going to be showing you how to make my spinach and feta stuffed chicken breasts. This recipe is so easy and so packed full of flavor. You're going to be making it every single week. Loaded with spinach and feta, this Greek-inspired stuffing is bright, zesty, and guaranteed to be a hit with adults and kids alike. Hey everyone, I'm Graham, this is my home, and today we're going to be making one of my all-time favorite stuffed chicken recipes. With just a few simple steps, this chicken recipe can be ready for dinner in just under 30 minutes. Let's go. If you'd like the full printable version of this recipe, I'll leave a link from my new blog down in the description below. Go check it out, and follow me on Instagram to keep up to date with what I'm making next. Now, the first thing I should mention is that you do need to be using thawed chicken breasts to make this recipe, or you won't be able to cut a pocket to put the stuffing into. If your chicken breasts are frozen, you can thaw them either in the fridge overnight or stick them in a plastic bag, seal them up, and put them under cold water for an hour or two. For this recipe, I use 4 chicken breasts, 75 grams or about a quarter of a container of fresh baby spinach, 100 grams of feta, 2 cloves of garlic, about a quarter of a finely diced red onion, half a teaspoon of oregano, salt and pepper to taste, and I also added a little bit of lemon juice to the filling. It worked out to be about a teaspoon. If you ever cooked with spinach before, you already know just how much that stuff shrinks down. So since I'm using fresh spinach, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cook it first. It's only going to take about a minute, and then we're just going to wipe out the pan and use the exact same pan again. No extra cleanup, no big deal. We're going to take our finely diced onion, our minced garlic, and our chopped up spinach, and we're just going to add it into the pan and cook it on medium with a little bit of salt for about a minute. You don't want to add too much salt because feta already is pretty salty, and we're going to season our chicken as well, but a little bit of salt helps the moisture come out of the spinach and out of our onions as they cook. Afterwards, we're going to dump that into our crumbled feta and just wipe out our pan. We're going to use the same pan again for our chicken. Add our half teaspoon of oregano, our squeeze of lemon juice, and mix it up. Next, we're going to take our chicken breasts and we're just going to pat them dry so that they don't slide around on our cutting board. And then we're going to flip them face down, and you'll see on the back here that we have this chicken tender. And it kind of flips on out, back and forth. Now we're just going to run our knife next to where the tender connects to the breast, and then we're just going to turn our knife to the side, poke it up into our breast, and slice parallel to our cutting board along the inside of the chicken to form something of a pocket. If you cut all the way through, don't worry too much, it shouldn't leak out, but do your best not to. And I'll just show you that again from a different angle. We're going to run our knife along parallel to the tender, not cutting all the way through the breast. And we'll turn our knife parallel to the cutting board and slice our chicken breast almost in half, but trying to do it without cutting all the way through. Once we've got all our chicken pockets cut, we're going to go ahead and just divide our stuffing evenly between our 4 breasts. You can see one of mine's a little bit smaller, so I had a little bit left over. But if all your breasts are pretty average sized, it should be just the right amount. Then we'll take our breasts, and using our chicken tender flap, we're going to try and cover up the space that we created and roll them up a little bit. If they don't quite close up and they don't quite seal, don't worry about it. Feta doesn't melt that much. It shouldn't leak out, at least not that much. When we're ready to cook our chicken, we're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to throw our pan on the heat at medium-high heat. When that bad boy's nice and hot, we're going to add just a little splash of oil. We're going to pat our chicken dry again, season it with some salt and pepper, and we're going to put it face down in our pan, and we're just going to leave it there for a few minutes. If you had your pan set 60-70% of full heat, your chicken shouldn't burn, you don't need to check it, and if it starts to stick, just let it keep cooking and it should come unstuck by the time it's ready to flip. Once you get a nice hard sear on it, flip it over, let it sit for about 1 minute, and then we're just going to take our whole pan with our chicken and toss it in the oven. We're going to leave that in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't have a thermometer, honestly, it's time to get one. I'll leave a link down in the description for the one I use. It ain't the prettiest thing, but I've had it for years and it works as good as the day I bought it. Once your chicken is done, let it rest for a couple minutes before slicing, or all of the juices that you tried so hard to keep in the chicken are just going to leak out all over your cutting board, and then slice and enjoy. That's about it for this one. Hopefully you give this a shot and it turns out as well as it did for me. If you do like this, you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed the recipe, be sure to hit the like button. And of course, as I said before, I'll leave links down in the description for the thermometer and for my blog and Instagram. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like it, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss a single thing I'm putting out. Thanks very much for watching, you guys. I'll see you in the next one.